Good evening and welcome to Telford Ice Rink for tonight's ice hockey action. The Telford Tigers take on Peterborough Phantoms. The last time the two teams met was in the playoffs, and it was Peterborough that stopped the Tigers progressing through to the playoff finals in Coventry. Tonight, the Telford Tigers are taking on the Peterborough Phantoms, and Peterborough at the moment on a very positive roll, Alan.
They are. They're flying high. They came off a good win last night, and you know they're second in the league. They've gone up, and they're firing on all cylinders. It's going to be a tough one.
Telford are chasing a win at the moment. They got so close last night, scoring a goal in the last minute of play, only in the dying seconds for Milton Keynes to get the winner. That must really hurt for the players on the bench.
It was an unusual one. You know, a lot of us were following it on Twitter last night, and we saw the late equaliser. Tom had pulled the goalkeeper, put the extra man out.
We thought, here goes overtime.
Exactly. Hill got the equaliser, and then the next tweet came through to say that MK taken a 4-3 lead, and it was just, you couldn't have written that.
Ahead of tonight's game, Kelly has a chat to Phil Hill.
Phil, welcome to Telford. How are you settling?
Yeah, it's been great so far. I mean, the team's been really welcoming. Obviously, the results haven't been what we wished for, but I think as a team we're getting close to where we want to be. We've got a couple of guys coming back soon, and I think it should be a good year.
Personally, you've clocked up a few goals already, so congratulations on that, and you intend to keep that up?
Yeah, I think Tom definitely wants that from me. I pride myself on being a team guy first. If I can contribute with goals and play good defence, then hopefully it'll help the team, have a successful year again.
What is the biggest difference you've noticed in the style of hockey compared to the Champions League, to the EPL?
It's tough to say. I mean, there's obviously a lot more depth in the Elite League. I mean, the rinks are Olympic size in the Elite League, so it's kind of a different game. There's a lot of smaller rinks like Telford in this league, so it's a bit more physical, a bit more choppy, but I've enjoyed it so far. It's a good challenge.
Well, welcome, and thank you for speaking to us. Have a good game.
So Phil Hill there racking up a goal in almost every game he's played for Telford, and that's what they could do with a really early goal to start things off.
Well, they've got to come out running tonight, really. There's been no win yet. The fans are rumbling, as you can expect, and it's not a very happy situation at the moment. And to get a good start, they've got to come out running very quickly, as you say, and that's what it's got to be all about.
Let's take a look at tonight's action. The referee, Paul Brooks, goes to centre ice, holds the puck out, and as it drops, the Tigers and Peterborough face off for tonight's ice hockey action. Phil ties up on the right wing, and now Peterborough backhand the puck into the zone. Maynard gets there first, and 16 for Peterborough, backhands it towards the net, but it goes round the back of the boards. That's Mark Levers, of course, who learnt his junior hockey in Nottingham and has been with Peterborough for a few years now. Peterborough just handling their own end, and now Telford putting the pressure on. Plant backhands to Miller. Miller turns and shoots, and the netminder stops it with his stick and then covers it up. The puck's down in the corner, just under the scoreboard, and Zajac gets a shot from the point. It takes a bounce. The netminder locks out. He knows he's got the puck, but he doesn't quite know where. So he just holds it and waits for the whistle. And of course, Nathan Salem, right in front of the netminder, looking to see if he can get to that puck and whether it drops out. But Peterborough defence protecting their netminder well. And now
there's a break here.
And now there's a break straight out of the penalty box as Dan Scott drives forward, winds up, shoots wide to the right. The rebound falls to Joe Miller. He tries to get it almost to deflect it off the netminder to try and get it into the back of the net, but it just comes forward. And a great play from Telford as Dan Scott comes out of the box, picks up the puck and drives for the Peterborough net. And now really intense play in neutral ice. Cutney takes it back behind the net, delays it to Martin Andre, who skates out, hit the blue line, puts it on the right wing to Rick Plant, skates in front of the bench. Miller's in the high slot. A great play from Rick Plant, feeds it to Joe Miller, who's waiting in space in the slot, gets the shot away, and the Peterborough defenseman pushes his stick towards Miller, so as he shoots it, deflects from the Peterborough stick up into the netting. Good piece of defence, but a great breakaway opportunity, a well-read pass between Rick Plant and Joe Miller. It's really intense and it's really end-to-end, which is how most of the games that we've seen here in Telford have gone. But Brea battling on the boards now.
He's won it. Davis
up to Davis, shot from the point. Cutney's there for the rebound, but it goes between the pads of Austin. It closes the gap and traps the puck and waits for the referee to blow his whistle. But a great offensive play, a good shooting opportunity, a good shot. It was just Austin's in the way.
It was a great textbook play there. It was dug out of the corner, but Brea into the centre ice. The shot was away very quickly, and that man in the goal stopped it again.
Sam Zajac can't go in the blue line till Telford clear. Does so. Wrist shots it on Austins. He catches it against his blocker, covering it with his catching mitt. But the play continues as Telford come round the back of the net. Delay it to Zarbo. Shoots!
Oh!
And it was a leg pad save.
Did not know where that was there.
Salem shoots from the point, takes a deflection from the
last 5 seconds of the period. It's all pressure on the
Ferrara, who closed down Salem.
And that's it.
And at the end of the first period, it's the Telford Tigers 0, Peterborough Phantoms 0. So a very intense first period, lots of end-to-end action, but no goal.
I mean, that period was a million miles an hour, you know, as a former player and obviously a referee yourself. We commented there how quick that was going. Yeah. As you say, end to end, some sloppy passing, no finishing.
Yeah, one of the things we have noticed about this league is the players are so much fitter. They're training more, they're working out at the gym more, and you can see with the intensity of the game. But it's the netminders have been outstanding in both teams, and as a result, we're not seeing any goals on the clock.
That's it. You know, again, we've commented the netminders are making a big difference this season. Some say they are, some say they aren't. From my point of view, you know, they can make or break the games, and both teams have had opportunities, and the netminders have just been there doing their job. Technically it's a lot better, technically it's a lot quicker, but there's no way through at the moment. What we've got here is a thriller in the chiller.
We'll be back to have a look what happens in period 2 and whether we can get some more goals or some goals on the clock. We'll take a look at the second period action. Referee's arm will go into the air as he checks in with the penalty box, and the puck will go in as we start the second period of ice hockey action. Levers and Zarbo battle for the possession of the puck. Peterborough come out with it, dump it from the halfway line round the boards, and Sam Zajac will be the first guy back. Tries to clear it up the boards. Peterborough keeping the intensity up, but it's out neutral ice. Zarbo, backhanded pass through to Phil Hill. The puck's bobbling around and it drops to Bebris, but then an offside call. Now Davis skates in, but loses possession in the high slot, but Bebrea, great recovery, falls, but throws the puck down low, winds up. First time shot. Great powerful shot from Max Bebrea, and it hit the netminder and goes careering into the air. Dan Scott with a wrist shot and a blocker save this time, high up into the netting, into the soft play corner of Telford Ice Rink. And this is all about Telford at the moment.
Dan Scott's getting to congratulate. That's 2 big shots Dan Scott's got away, and I've often said, you know, he's got a big shot and he never uses it. We've seen it twice tonight, both good efforts.
And it seems quite obvious to me that Tom Watkins has said to the guys between the periods, get shots on target.
Exactly, and that's what he needs to do, I believe.
Plant gets it down low, tries to get a give and go with Miller, but Peterborough intercept it, backhand it round the boards in front of the Tigers bench, but Danny Rose steps down. This time it goes out to neutralise. Novak.
Oh, neat play.
Yeah, carries it in, again, down, walks in, and that was the Peterborough player that picked the puck up and covered it. Now that is a delay of game penalty if referee Brooks saw it. What happened was the puck dropped in the slot. The Peterborough player, the defender, had fell over, and as we're looking, you just saw his hand come out, pull the puck underneath him as he slid past the goal. Referee loses sight of the puck, whistle goes. Martin Andre picks up the puck as he comes on for a line change, backhand flicks it through with one hand to Cutney, walks in, shoots, the puck drops, and I saw the puck, and I think Cutney got to stick to it, but Austins just sat on the puck.
It hovered in mid-air then, it was going to go anywhere, but again, the Peterborough brick wall was in the net to stop it.
A good drive and a shot there from Vladimir Cutney as he drived in and made the shot, tried to get the rebound, but that sort of heavy amount of traffic in front of Austins did him a favour there.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Joe Graham.
Bounced over Joe Graham's stick and come out into neutral ice.
Plant now, battles on the boards. Now Telford got to be careful because Davis came on and kicked it, but luckily Telford are operating a 2-gate system, so the off-going player had left the ice. Had they been using the same gate like we used to in the old days, that'd have been too many men.
The referee did put his whistle up and then thought better of it. He thought about it but didn't blow it.
Puck comes in front and then Cutney makes a shot. The pass came from Max Bebrayer, goes on to Cutney's forehand. He scoops it up to put it in the top right-hand shelf, and Austin's mitt comes up, catches the puck, and like you say, Alan, cool as a cucumber, drops it on the ice for a face-off.
Well, we're halfway through the game, give or take 30 seconds, and that was the clearest chance Telford have had tonight.
Absolutely. A great pass from Bebrayer, straight to Cutney's stick, got the shot away, but Austin's is on fire at the moment.
That was Scott for Peterborough, causing all the problems there. The face-off's now back in the Telford end. It's not we've seen that often this period.
And Peterborough walking in on the backhand, and he pushes it underneath. Sam Gospel was there, and he gave it a shove underneath.
Oh, dear,
and
dear, dear.
Telford's heads drop as they skate towards the bench. It was Lloyd Gibson, picked it up in the sliders corner, skates out in front of Sam Gospel, and pushes and shoves it under Sam's body for the first goal of the night for Peterborough Phantoms. Now Telford got to keep their heads up and have got to come out hard.
Have to come straight back here. Gibson went in and he worked these little socks off. He was persistent and managed to squeeze it in.
We'll be back with more ice hockey action straight after the break. This is Rinkside with Red Hockey. Welcome back to the Telford Tigers versus the Peterborough Phantoms in the English Premier League ice hockey. Peterborough dump it down ice as Miller skates over towards Norton. And the puck's bouncing around in neutral ice. Zajac goes in with a hit, and a penalty's going against Sam Zajac. Now I think Peterborough make the shot into the body of Sam Gospel. Plaskowski comes through. Bebrayer tries to pick him, but now it goes to Levers. He buys some time. He's waiting for the defenseman to come
Plant's
in.
got a break. It's 2-on-2. Plant's wide.
Bebrayer drives to the back post. Plant puts it across. Oh! And Bebrayer's momentum, he was skating that fast. He'd actually gone past the goal line by the time he'd received the pass.
He was skating away from the puck as he tried to get the shot going. It made it look like a fluffed shot.
Plant tried to get it through to him, but as he looked across, I think he'd already passed the goal line. But this is the intensity we want from the Telford Tigers. The puck goes back to Austin's. Miller skates in, puts him under pressure as he clears it out, and now skated out by 88 for the Peterborough Phantoms. That's Craig Scott. Maynard
takes a long
into the body of Austin's, and he just crunches up around that puck and waits for the referee's whistle. Plant supporting Joe Miller. Novak goes into the corner, carries the puck, pushes it forward, battles away, gets his head down, tries to drive it up to the point, up to Martin Andre. Shoot in front of the net, and the stick comes across from Joe Miller, and Rick Plant's in there. But now Miller hits the blue line. Stick handles round, great hands, walks in, shoots, and it goes wide to the right and just deflects off the boards. And now it comes through to neutral ice, but held up well from Dan Scott. He holds Weldon up. Salem gets the puck, drops it off to Miller, who takes a hit from Ferrara right in front of the commentary team here.
With the big guns lining up. He's on the wrong side for Zarbo's face-off, though, but yeah, Zarbo didn't win the face-off.
Goes into the corner. Hill. And now the Peterborough player grabbing onto the puck and then hand pass it, but you can do that in your own end.
To the point.
Zajac. Zarbo winds up and shoots, and a pad save into the corner.
Bebrayer was winding.
Zarbo getting pushed and shoved by Weldon, but he's lost his stick.
Here's Bebrayer, big one-timer. Takes a deflection from Hill and just goes wide.
Into the corner. Bebrayer once again picks up the puck on the boards. Looks to set it up. Puts it to the back post. Hill to Salem, who shoots into Austin's, and there's a calamity around the front of the net. The netminder's skating out straight towards the referee, and they had the opportunity. I think
it's something that Peterborough guy was lying on the puck.
I think a defenseman froze it again, because we've seen him do that twice. We've seen the hand pass come in from the other end, and Austin's was straight out of the way across to Zajac.
No, he's
puts it on the back post. Zarbo, this time a first-time shot, deflects from Ferrara off the boards, picked up by Max Bebrayer, thrown down low to Miller. It just drifts behind him, goes across to Peter Zarbo, up to Sam Zajac, walks in, puts it to Zarbo on the back post. First-time shot, and Austin's, it hit the top of his left shoulder and dropped down.
Well, he was on his knees. It was about 1.5 foot off the ground. Yeah. Ozens was down on his knees, and he collected it well. There's a minute and 45 left, 42 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
Miller ties up in the draw. It goes down low, comes out to Max Bebrayer, across to Zajac, down low to Zarbo. He's in the corner. He switches side.
Bebrayer's got to be.
Shoots, and it deflects off the netminder past Zabo, if Peter could just get a stick to it, he got an opportunity
Here's Max.
there.
He's got to have another
Miller
one.
to Max. Max switches
Switches.
sides. Zajac sets up. Miller on the back post. Walks it in. Off the netminder. There's a battle of sticks swinging. I can see the puck, and literally Austin's is trying to cover it up to the back post. And Peter Zabo up to Hill and across to Brea, and Peterborough regrouping. But that.
And it's been a big giveaway by Hill, and Peterborough have got a 2-on-1 breakaway, and it's over.
The scouts just leave us. Steps up, shoots, and a pad save, and then the Peterborough player pushed off his feet by Sam Zajac.
It's the other way. It's Peter
The puck's off the boards. Zabo. Martin Andres. First man back. Backhands the puck off the boards. Davis swings at it. It goes high into the air in front of us and drops down. And at the end of the second period, it's the Telford Tigers 0, Peterborough Phantoms 1. So Tom Watkins' men came out literally all guns firing. I've just had the shots on goal handed to me. In the first period, Sam Gospel faced 6 shots. Austin's faced 8. The second period, Gospel faced 7 shots, whereas Austin's faced 26. And I think that tells a massive story.
It does tell a massive story. You know, as we were commentating, we're saying that period was 80-90% all about the Telford Tigers, and we've seen a masterclass in defence from the Peterborough Phantoms. But as you say, the stats there, Telford have been peppering this Ozins and nothing's getting past him.
And you can't fault Peterborough as well. At one stage they were playing 5-on-3 against 5 of the top players in the country, and they prevented them scoring.
There's still no way through. You know, that was the golden opportunity. I mean, Telford, as we saw, had the run of the play. They've dropped the goal to was it Gibson?
Yeah.
At the halfway mark. Totally against the run of play. We've seen that happen time and time again, but they've been given the golden opportunity to get it back with a 5-on-3, a 5-on-4, and Peterborough, in all fairness to them, have shut the door. No way through.
So can this work rate that the Telford Tigers are coming up with break down the wall that is the Peterborough netminder? We'll find out as we take a look at the third period action. Scoreline is 1-0 in Peterborough's favour as we start the third period. Referee Brooks drops the puck. The face-off's won by Zabo. Goes back to Maynard, who dumps it down the ice. It deflects off Plaskauskas' skate, and he gives Maynard a look and a half as he turns his head back. Holding possession of the puck round the boards.
Early pressure from the Phantoms. It's not out yet. Dan Scott has it behind the net.
Up to Max Babreas, through to Cutney, through the middle is a one-on-one. He takes it past the player, walks in and shoots, and it deflects off Ozin's body, and that was straight at the netminder.
We just say there a quick hello to Ross, who's enjoying the commentary on radio.
You should be here, Ross. You're missing a humdinger of a game.
Yeah, you've missed a cracker tonight.
The puck goes back up to the point. And now there's a battle on the boards just to gain possession of the puck there. And a slide shot, and that's a top shelf. And you could see Sam Zajac slide towards the shooter. The Peterborough player bought his time and then fires it in the top right-hand corner as we look at it.
Padalek, I think, has got that one.
Took his time. It was 93, Padalek, and just positioned it in the top right-hand corner over Sam Gospel's shoulder.
It was almost a carbon copy of the Swindon goal where Gospel kind of got a hold of it and it just rolled over his shoulder and in.
Hill battling around, and then the back checking of Suster holds him up. Now Zabo goes through, shoots.
What a wonderful effort.
And deflects from the blocker of Austin's.
Wonderful.
Comes off the boards, goes back to Maynard. D-to-D pass, and a deflection from Hill. Stick hits the boards, but Sam Zajac playing the puck. Zabo gets out, recovers the blue line, and did really well to get both feet back over the blue line because he was in an offside position when Zajac got possession of the puck. Skated out hard, stopped, put the brakes on, took the pass, powers in, fires it towards the netminder, but still nothing. Peterborough jumping in the air to get the puck. Zabo shoots on the backhand. Pad save.
Joe Miller's Miller
from Miller. Zabo in front, and then it's well read as Ozin sees the puck trickle towards the side of the net and puts his hand over it to cover it down for yet another stoppage in play in the end zone.
And he's won.
Wins it. Davis up to the point. First time shot from Zajac, and it deflects from the netminder, goes high into the air and then drops on the ice. As a battle in the corner to regain possession as we approach 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining. There's a tussle in the corner to try and free that puck out. Peterborough keeping it tight against the board. Zajac across the blue line. Big shot comes from Max Bebraya. Ozins holds on to that puck as the cannon comes in from the point. Now, Bebraya carries it out.
Oh, and he's lost. Oh,
Levers was right there. Scott to Levers. Levers winds up, shoots into Danny Davis. He passes off to Peter Szabo. Backhands it forward. Hill skates forward, reaches for it. The puck deflects. It's down in Peterborough's end. The puck goes into the corner, and there's a real battle to try and free it up in front of the net. But Peterborough quite happy to keep it against the boards as the final buzzer go, and the Peterborough Phantoms score 2 as opposed to the Telford Tigers with 0. So Phantoms 2, Tigers 0 is how the game ends up here at the Telford Ice Rink. This is Rinkside with Red Hockey.
Once again, you're facing a little bit of disappointment. Firstly, I've got to pull some positives out of that game. Second period, 26-7. The shots were there, the work rate was there. It just didn't appear on the clock.
Yeah, I think ultimately that's the time that we have to make sure that we take advantage of that. We were playing extremely well. We were creating. We had good opportunities. And, the guys, our offensive guys, our top-end players, we need our leaders to step up and make sure that we take advantage of that possession and that quality play.
Dan, congratulations on man of the match. The work rate was fantastic. You just couldn't get the goal.
Yeah, the second period was gutting. We had 26 shots to their 4 shots. And we just didn't get a lucky bounce like their second goal when we was come off one of the guys' shoulders and went in. So just one of those things. We need to start just stick together as a team, and then we'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah. It must be difficult to keep the positivity for the next game. How do you do that as a team?
Oh, we stick together. We got some characters in the dressing room that we want to try and keep everyone trying to keep their heads up and stuff. So we'll come in next week, like training, real positive, no negativity, and we'll get going.
Thanks for watching Rinkside with Red Hockey. The next game is on October 4th at 6 o'clock against Bracknell Bees here at the Telford Ice Rink. You can get your tickets at tigershockeyuk.com. Thanks for watching.